Hello and welcome to the Responsive Family Sleep Podcast. I'm your host, Kim Hawley, holistic sleep coach, lactation consultant, peaceful parenting educator, and mom. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by all the conflicting sleep info, frustrated with sleep information that just plain felt wrong, or searched desperately for a truly gentle and responsive sleep approach, then you are in the right place. In each episode, we'll be answering your most pressing baby and toddler sleep questions, busting those sleep myths, and helping you understand truly developmental, biologically normal baby and toddler sleep, plus encouraging you to trust your intuition along the way. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. This week, we are talking about things I wish perinatal professionals would know about infant sleep or stop saying about infant sleep. To be honest, at the time of recording this podcast, I haven't decided what it's going to be called. But these are really the same thing, right? So if you are a parent, keep listening, right? Because I want you to know the things that you might be hearing from professionals. Yes, even professionals who are meant to support you in pregnancy and early parenting. I want you to know the things that are commonly said that are wrong. And if you're a professional, I am begging you to get better education and to reflect on some of the things that you are probably sharing thinking they are true. Because I know if you are a professional supporting new parents that you want what is best for them, and that you may not know how much of our infant sleep information is outdated and inaccurate, including what you might have learned in school, in continuing ed, and might see around you, right? So, this is my top 10 list, and I am sure that I missed things. This is me just thinking, what is coming to mind? What am I hearing most? What do I see most? What do I want to throw things against the wall, bang my head, text my bestie who is a doula and be like, WTIF, why? Why is this still a thing? So, I would love to hear if I missed something. I would love to hear what you think I missed being on this list, because I'm positive I did. There are more than 10 things out there. That's why I have a whole class, self-paced workshop on, developmental understanding of infant sleep for perinatal professionals. So anyway, let's get going. The first thing is, for the love of all things, babies are meant to wake up at night. Let's stop normalizing sleeping through the night or 6-8 hour stretches as something that most babies are going to do or do consistently. For real, that's not what the evidence said. Babies wake at night. That is healthy. It is normal. It is protective for babies in the first 6 months from SIDS. And older babies and young toddlers are also still waking at night. Generally, we're looking at, 1 to 3 wakes, maybe 2 to 4 at times of high, developmental intensity. There are lots of reasons babies might wake more than this. Some of them might be health related. Some of them might be temperament related. Some of them might be things that we can optimize and support to bring those wakings down. And yes, there will be some babies who sleep through the night, but it's not the majority. And telling parents that their baby should be sleeping through the night after 6 months, after 3 months, they should sleep 7 to 7, 12 hours, all that is damaging their mental health and making it hard for them to actually figure out what their baby needs. Okay, let's stop saying babies don't need night feeds after X months. Babies need night feeds. And needing a night feed doesn't mean that if they don't have it, they're going to fall off their growth curve. That is a true, absolute growth need. But babies who can maintain their weight still might need night feeds. A feed is hunger, but it is also thirst, and it is also connection and interaction. And, the research shows us, and lactation science tells us, that the majority of babies are feeding at least some overnight throughout the first year and into early toddlerhood. And this is normal. This is healthy, right? I'm going to be honest here. I hear this one from pediatricians a lot, which just kind of hurts my heart, but also from other professionals. And it really frustrates me when I'm talking with a new family that might want to work with me and they stop night feeds at 3 months, 4 months, most commonly 5 or 6 months. And then their baby starts waking up a ton, and they are just so kind of dug in on that they're absolutely unwilling to consider the fact that their baby might be hungry or thirsty overnight, right? Babies can benefit from night feeds beyond just not falling off their growth curve. So let's just be done with that, please. Okay, we also need to not misrepresent risk. And what I mean here when it comes to sleep safety is I hear so many professionals, never bed share, it's so dangerous, blah, 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 right? But don't even talk about falling asleep with your baby on a couch, glider, or recliner. Now, bed sharing can be done safer, right? It can be done safely. Sleeping with your baby on a couch, glider, recliner is the most risky way to sleep. It cannot be made safe. But we have such a strong cultural bias here that so many professionals are like, I won't work with bed sharing families. Everybody has to stop. We have to follow AAP guidelines, all this stuff. But absolutely do not address shared sleep on other surfaces that are not safe. No way to make them safe. So let's not misrepresent risk here. And also please educate yourself on safer bed sharing, right? And that's for parents too. Everyone needs to know what is safe and what is not safe in bed sharing, whether or not you want to do it. I get feisty on that. Sorry. You can probably tell this is a feisty episode. 4, stop telling parents they are spoiling their baby by being responsive, picking them up, snuggling them, responding to their cries. Get up to date on your neuroscience research. This is not how it works, right? Responsiveness is linked to optimal development. It is linked to safety. It is linked to better emotion regulation. Babies' needs absolutely must be met, and they have emotional needs as well as physical needs. So you cannot spoil a baby. You cannot spoil a toddler with love and affection, right? Spoiling is about having no limits, being permissive, not having healthy boundaries, healthy age-appropriate expectations, but giving love and connection and snuggles is not spoiling. So we cannot spoil babies. Let's let this one die, please. Okay. Now, back to feeding. Please stop telling parents to stretch feeds. This is not helpful, right? I am pretty sure that universally all the research out there, I have not actually surveyed it all, but I would be shocked. But cue-based responsive feeding is optimal for babies' well-being, their ability to regulate their hunger and fullness cues later on, and for sleep. And this is true whether we are talking about a nursing baby or a bottle-fed baby, right? Now, there's a time and place with appropriate knowledge to reduce night feeds. That's not what I'm talking about here. But there's this big idea of stretch the feeds, push a full feed, and baby's going to sleep better at night. And it's just not true. And it can really be damaging to baby's well-being and to milk supply if we're talking about a nursing parent here. What number are we on? We are on 6. Please don't share sleep advice like you are an expert if you have not received a high level of training in sleep. It's okay to share from your own experience. I know that lots of people who work with new parents do like to share from their own experiences. I do too. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely share from my own experience. But make it clear that's what you're doing. If you are a healthcare provider, you're not getting advanced education in sleep. You're just not. So recognize that. Know your limits. Go get that education. Vet it well, because there isn't a lot of regulation around sleep coach or sleep specialist training, and a lot of it is full of outdated and incorrect information. So, even if you have a sleep certification, see if you feel like you're up to date, right? Lots of us get multiple ones. It's okay to get more training. It's also okay to refer, right? You don't have to solve everyone's problem. I talk with doulas a lot about this, right? When I'm doing a training with birth workers, I'm like, you are right there as a postpartum doula, and you do amazing things to support sleep for new parents. And you don't have to be able to solve all of their sleep issues. Know how to refer, get some good referrals. 7, self-soothing. If I could get one myth to go away, I think it would be this one. Maybe. Obviously, I have trouble choosing, but babies cannot self-soothe. Ignoring their cries or delaying responding to them does not teach them how to regulate their emotions and calm down. And so can we please stop saying that sleep training and cried out teaches the baby to self-soothe? It doesn't, right? At best, it teaches them how to settle to sleep without needing you. And that may or may not last. At worst, it can be very anxiety producing and create a whole bunch of issues. But no matter what, we can't teach a skill that a child is not developmentally ready for. So children, young children, babies and toddlers cannot self-regulate their emotions, and they cannot self-soothe. So let's again get back to our neuroscience research here, and let's stop telling parents they need to ignore their babies to teach them anything, because it's just not how it works. We're carry mammals. So for number 8, let's stop telling parents that contact sleep, baby wearing sleep is bad, is a bad habit, is going to damage their path to independent sleep. Y'all, like, this is literally how we have survived. We are carry mammals. Contact sleep is the norm. It is what your baby expects. So as a professional, of course, if a parent is struggling with the amount of contact their baby needs, refer them to a sleep coach that is good at working with contact sleep and developmental norms. So it's not a super stressful process. Or give them some tips if you know some tips, but normalize. Right? We stress parents out when we pathologize what is normal instead of normalizing it and normalizing that it's hard and helping them find solutions with the right professional. Back to feeding, right? For number 9, let's stop telling parents that nursing to sleep is bad or a bad habit. And let's stop telling them that if your baby's going to nurse to sleep, they're always going to want to nurse to sleep, right? Nursing to sleep is normal. It is healthy. It is part of responsive cue-based feeding. And babies are pretty smart. If we give them the opportunity to have the experience of falling asleep without nursing and with nursing, they will adapt. Now, it might be harder for some babies to adapt to not nursing to sleep with their nursing parent. But there's still baby wearing, there's still strollers, there's other things. Some babies do that really easily and some do struggle with that. But if their other parent, grandma, auntie, their childcare provider is regularly getting them to sleep also, they're going to experience falling asleep with and without nursing. It is normal. So can we stop demonizing nursing to sleep? It is so many parents' superpower. And it really breaks my heart when parents reach out and say, I know it's all my fault because I nursed to sleep. I'm like, that's just sad. We're really doing a lot of disservice, or a big disservice to parents, making them feel bad about things that are lovely and bonding and normal and healthy. So let's stop, please. And last, for number 10, is stop acting like parents can control sleep. Sleep is not entirely in anyone's control. It is involuntary. It is going to ebb and flow. It is going to change with development. Their baby's needs are going to change, right? And there isn't some magic window or target they need to hit by a certain point for sleep to unfold healthfully. So, let's normalize that there's a lot of aspects of parenting, not just sleep, but parenting that are outside of our control, that are about our circumstances maybe, but also are about our child's temperament and our temperament. And there's only a portion of things that we can control. And yes, we should optimize and control those things, but let's stop acting like we just set up the perfect schedule and kind of input these factors and get that outcome. That's not how sleep works. And helping parents see the complexity is much better than acting like it's some simple formula and they control all the factors. So, that's 10. I hope this gives you some food for thought. If you're a professional, if you're a parent, I hope you push back on the professionals in your life who may be giving you bad or inaccurate information. If you have the capacity, right? If you don't, that's okay. But if you do, educate, push back, because we do need to change the professional landscape here for the better of everyone. Everybody should get developmentally informed, evidence-based information about what's normal, and that's not what's happening. So I hope this highlights some of the common misinformation that's out there, whether you're a parent or a professional, and let's change the narrative. Let's change the conversation. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this episode left you feeling more informed, confident, and encouraged on your sleep journey. And just a reminder before you go that nothing in this episode is individualized to your specific sleep situation, nor is it to be taken as medical advice. Take what resonates, ignore what doesn't, and check with your healthcare provider about any medical concerns. Take a moment to subscribe to this podcast so that you'll never miss an episode. And take a moment to rate, review, or share an episode you love on social media. All of that helps parents just like you find me, this podcast, and this gentle and responsive sleep information. I'll see you next time.